How do you capture the spirit of the journey? Seems to be a worthwhile task to ask about. Within any one journey, there's an infinity of worlds, moments, pieces, time that passes as we decide who we are. And we find ourselves in places we didn't expect. Things not going how we thought they would for any number of reasons. So I just got to Yellowstone. Kinda. I went to the north entrance, and it turns out that the north entrance is closed because there was flooding a couple months ago and it's still not cleaned up. So now I'm off to the west entrance, which is a 3-hour drive. But that's life, so. It's never quite like what we imagined it would be. Things change, and perhaps the overactive imagination of a faux adventurer leads us to dream up worlds that we could never enter in the first place.
Sometimes these things happen, and it doesn't mean you can't make the most of it.
So we adapt to what the world we live in gives us.
That's pretty cool.
And we make the best of it, as much as we can.
We're just gonna hit as many things as I can. We're going hard, baby. We're going hard. 3 hours, 4 hours until sunset. Let's do it.
And step by step, we move onwards.
Cutting our losses, on to the next speed run!
As we turn a foolish mistake into a fantastic memory.
Look, 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 look! Look, 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 look! It's the steamy geyser things! Amazing! Wow!
And we create joy through something so absurdly silly that perhaps the only person laughing at it is us.
Probably cook some nice pasta in there. Probably cook some nice pasta in there too. Oh, you could definitely cook pasta in that water.
And we carry that joke on for a long, long while.
You could cook a lot of pasta in there. This is a dumb joke, but I'm running with it.
Because why stop something that makes us smile?
Okay, but seriously, we get a shit ton of pasta. We put it in there. We put it in there. We can feed like 7 villages.
We walk in the woods. We wander to waterfalls. We wade in the water. We wonder at it all. And we hit a few touristy points too.
There it is.
Because why not, right? Even the moments that startle us prove to be moments we look back on with a certain kind of nostalgia.
That was crazy. I was asleep in the back of my car, just like, whoa, and then bang, 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 police open up. And I was like, ah, and then I opened the door. I was like, give me a second. I opened the door, and he's like, you been drinking, man? I was like, nah, I just smell bad. That's what happens when you don't shower. And he was like, that's like, where? Are you from California? I was like, yeah, license plate. And I gave him my license. He was like, yo, you can't sleep here because that's not good. And I was like, okay. So he took my license, and he was like, I was like, I'm gonna go. And he was like, okay, that's fine. Just like normally $150 fine. I was like, 100. No, he said 146, and I was like, that's a weird number. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna go. And I left. And that was the morning. Wild.
They are moments that remind us of the privilege to embark on such a journey. And then there's the serenity of it all. The peace, the nature, the breath of the wild world around us, coexisting. Feeling that only we know because we made up the feeling ourselves.
Well, that was 1,000% a Pokey moment. I mean, literally walking through the tall grass to pet a horse. Wow. That was cool. That was really cool. This is life on the road, man.
Mountain crests looking over gentle lakes. Last time we reached the peak, so this time we'll stroll around the lake shore.
I mean, come on. Look at this.
The aura of the place feels perfect. Calm, cool, a gentle breeze. Finding our own little nook, a sanctuary.
I think I might go swimming in there. Shrouded by trees. There have been very few people here. There's like this little alcove.
A place to let loose, be free, and have a little fun that only we can see.
I mean, bro, oh my god, this is so good. So good. Look at this. Wow. This is really cool. for the gram. Oh, this is so great. Oh my god. No regrets. Okay. Yes. Also, I finally got the bucket of water. Yes. Out of the sea, wish I could be part of your world. Oh my god.
When we need a smile, well,
You know, I wonder how much pasta you can cook in Lake Jenny if it was boiling. Yeah, that's right. We're still not done with the pasta thing. You thought we were done. We're not. It's still happening. Very big lake, so probably a lot of pasta. Cool.
but the journey is also in the monotony. The days in between, the chapter and a half, the part the authors never write because they believe the reader doesn't care, but the characters care. It's how we live our days, and though they may not have much glamour, we still hold a special fondness to them. But sometimes, we add a little spice to those days. We make it special.
I am about to go to perhaps the coolest place that I will go while I'm on this road trip. Hell yeah. Let's go. The Idaho Potato Museum. Let's go. I'm so excited. Oh my god. That was cool. Yay potatoes. Had a good baked potato. Learned that people worship the potato god. Saw some weird potato art and potato sack clothing. Mr. Potato Head was the first toy advertised on television. Fun fact. And just enjoyed the vibes. I already said I had a big potato. Okay. Onward and forward.
And yet again, we find ourselves stopping somewhere new. We find ourselves feeling a rhythm and a rhyme to this lifestyle that we've begun to settle into.
So this is where I'm sleeping for the night. I am just outside of Craters of the Moon National Park, which I had literally never heard of before. I just saw it on Google Maps and I was like, oh, that sounds like an interesting place. And now I'm gonna go there. So, yeah. Also, I'm not even at the park yet. I'm a couple miles out. These rocks look like moon rocks. Like, I think it's because like there's like lava and stuff there. I don't know, but pretty cool rocks. Yeah, so
We find ourselves in situations we never thought we'd be in.
this is a big moment. I think I'm about to take my first shit, not in a bathroom, like on the road, which is a thing. I don't have a shovel, but I do have toilet paper.
So we do what we can to make light of it.
Let's do this. It's a good ledge.
Rising up, back on the street. Did my time, took my chance.
All right, back to cooking.
We find places as we go. We find ourselves feeling a little less like a faux adventurer and a little more like the real thing. Even if it is simply a game of pretend, it doesn't matter so much. Because those bits of playing pretend make all the difference in a life well lived. To quote Albert Einstein, imagination is more important than knowledge. I had a poster of that in my room when I was a kid. And as we imagine, in some weird, strange way, those imagined things start to take form. They start to be, in some way, real.
We're just in a cool movie like Indiana Jones type of vibe. Da 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 da.
Perhaps I'm not Indiana Jones, in spite of what my singing would suggest. But I am on the road. I'm living my own story. I'm on my own adventure. And however long this lifetime lasts, I hope we can all find that sense of play in some way. I suppose the spirit of the journey is a wild thing. It's not quite tameable in the same way that any journey is not quite tame. The spirit of the journey is simply the journey in and of itself. It is the wind, it is the steps, it is the road. And as we continue on, that spirit continues on with us. It becomes a part of us, entangled with our own heart and soul until the two are inseparable. And long after the journey may have had its time in the sun, the spirit lives on in us. It is our spirit, and our spirit is never ending.